Hello, curious minds. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated on all our content. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating aspect of human psychology, the empathy gap. It's not a term we come across every day, but it has a profound influence on our daily lives, our decisions, and our interactions with others. The empathy gap refers to our inherent difficulty in understanding or accurately predicting feelings, thoughts, behaviors, or physical states that we are not currently experiencing. In simpler terms, if we're not in someone else's shoes, it's pretty tough for us to fully comprehend what they're going through. This phenomenon can sometimes create misunderstandings, miscommunications, and even impact critical areas like healthcare and mental health support. But the good news is, we can work towards bridging this empathy gap, and today, we'll explore this. So let's delve into this journey of understanding the empathy gap and finding ways to connect more deeply and meaningfully with those around us. The empathy gap, a psychological term referring to the inherent difficulty of humans in understanding or accurately predicting the feelings, thoughts, behaviors, or physical states that they are not currently experiencing, presents a unique conundrum in interpersonal relationships. This phenomenon may account for a myriad of misunderstandings or misinterpretations in human communication and decision-making, as it profoundly affects how we perceive the experiences of others. This is notably different from a simple lack of empathy. It is not so much an absence of empathy, but rather a distortion of its application due to the inherent constraints of our cognition. In essence, when we are not in a particular state, whether it's a physical condition, such as pain, or an emotional state, such as depression, we struggle to comprehend the true severity or complexity of that state. Empathy is a fundamental part of human nature that allows us to connect with others on a deeper, emotional level. It is a critical element in social bonding, enhancing our ability to understand and share the feelings of others. This emotional resonance can foster cooperative behavior and mutual understanding, essential for the functioning of a healthy society. However, the empathy gap acts as a barrier to this understanding, as it separates us from truly engaging with experiences outside our present emotional or physical state. The empathy gap has significant implications in our daily lives and decision-making processes. For example, when we are satiated, we might fail to understand the urgent hunger of others, or when we are in a state of comfort, it's challenging to comprehend the severity of someone else's physical pain. This can lead to decisions that may seem rational from our current perspective, but may lack consideration or understanding of other states of being. In the realm of health and well-being, for instance, this empathetic divide becomes significantly apparent. Healthcare providers might struggle to comprehend the severity of a patient's pain. This could lead to underestimation of the patient's suffering and potentially inadequate pain management strategies. Emotional states are similarly influenced by the empathy gap. For example, when we are happy, it can be challenging to understand the depths of someone's depression. This inability to empathize fully can lead to dismissive attitudes, often encapsulated in phrases like, "just cheer up." Such responses are not only unhelpful, but can also exacerbate the feelings of isolation experienced by those with mental health challenges. Moreover, the empathy gap also impacts our own self-understanding and future planning. We often predict our future emotional reactions or desires based on our current state, leading to a phenomenon known as hot-cold empathy gaps. For instance, when in a cold state, calm, satiated, we may underestimate our future hot state behaviors, agitated, hungry, leading to poor decision-making that does not account for these shifts in emotional and physical states. So, how can we bridge this empathy gap? While we might not entirely eliminate this cognitive limitation, increasing self-awareness, active empathy, and the utilization of certain techniques such as mindfulness and active listening, when used in harmony, can help us mitigate the distortions of understanding caused by the empathy gap and strengthen our ability to empathize more effectively. It is through understanding our limitations and biases that we can begin to address the empathy gap. By acknowledging that our current emotional or physical states may limit our understanding of others' experiences, we can recognize this empathy gap. This recognition can guide our interactions with others, prompting us to ask more questions, listen more attentively, and withhold swift judgment based on our own experiences. Actively attempting to empathize with others is the next step. Actively empathizing is more than just acknowledging another's emotional or physical state. It requires a sincere effort to understand their experience from their perspective. This can involve imagining ourselves in their situation, asking thoughtful questions to gain a deeper understanding, and offering supportive feedback. However, it's important to remember that empathy is not about losing oneself in someone else's experience. Rather, it's about resonating with their feelings while maintaining our own emotional equilibrium. It's a delicate balance that allows us to offer understanding and support without becoming emotionally drained. Mindfulness and active listening are practical techniques that can facilitate this empathetic process. Mindfulness, a practice that cultivates a focused, non-judgmental awareness of the present moment, can help us stay attuned to our own emotional state while remaining open to the experiences of others. It allows us to discern our feelings from those of others, preventing empathy from slipping into personal distress. Active listening, on the other hand, is a communication technique that involves fully focusing on, understanding, and responding to the speaker. It requires not only hearing the words that another person is saying, but also understanding the complete message being sent. By practicing active listening, we can engage more deeply in conversations, validating others' experiences and feelings, which can foster a deeper connection and understanding. Incorporating these elements into our interactions can help us bridge the empathy gap. It's not about completely eradicating the gap. After all, we are only human, and our experiences will always color our perception. However, by becoming aware of this limitation and actively working towards understanding, we can expand our capacity for empathy and foster more authentic, supportive connections with those around us. Empathy training in healthcare can also be a powerful tool to bridge the empathy gap. Promoting a more patient-centric approach can lead to improved patient care. By honing empathy skills, healthcare providers can not only enhance their relationships with their patients, but also potentially improve healthcare outcomes. With empathy at the heart of healthcare, providers can better align their care strategies with their patients' needs, fostering an environment of mutual respect, understanding, and healing. In conclusion, the empathy gap is an inherent part of the human experience that challenges our understanding of the mental and physical states of others. By recognizing and consciously addressing it, we can make strides toward fostering more understanding, empathetic, and inclusive interpersonal relationships. The journey of empathy isn't about being flawless in understanding others, but rather about continuously striving to bridge the gap between different human experiences. Ultimately, it is in acknowledging our limitations and understanding that we open ourselves to the possibility of deeper, more profound connections with others. Thank you for watching.